best for last, or just start with whatever?
Whatever you're feeling. I'm gonna start with Charge Blade, so
Well then I'll kind of like pseudo mimic you. I'll go for Gunlance.
that works for me because they are similar in ways.
Mm. I don't remember. I've been so used to doing quests complete with you that I'm like trying to formulate structured stuff, and it's like no, just talk about it as it happens.
Exactly. Yeah, just let it all happen.
Yeah, chill time. Yeah. Man, I gotta be careful not to let like armor skill balance and stuff like that bleed out. It's gonna happen a little bit because it does affect
Well,
weapons.
skills like are very involved in the weapons themselves because there are well, every weapon has like a select like set of
Yeah.
skills that it quote unquote needs, or you can quote unquote use, or that people prefer.
Oh, I recommend switching builds a decent amount so you can get like varied feeling for gameplay.
Hmm. Well, the one I'm using right now is kind of my go-to like Charge Blade build.
Gotcha. Well, I'm playing Gunland, so I'm gonna try to fit in all three types of shelling and see what happens. For funsies.
Go for it.
I'll play Turkey first. I'm gonna go to the first quest.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand CPP for a long time. Like I thought it was just kind of pointless because you can like, oh, you just go at point. But it's like, no, you got like a big attack the monster's gonna do, like a big single hit. It's actually
It's
super
convenient to
useful.
build around.
Exactly. Well, it's also good because I used to do Savage Axe a lot, but now I mostly just do AED spam. So having the freaking CPP like ready to go when you're in Axe mode is actually really nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it's good, but it's just you have to really like that playstyle because if you
well, the
have
thing is that like in World, like you could just guard in like base World, right? But in like G rank, you have to like guard point everything, or you're not gonna get a counter attack. But with CPP, it's just like, oh, I just CPP and I get my counter attack. Kind of solves that issue. Yeah. What?
come take a seat, come have lunch. What table do you prefer? Quarter or
I like this table because you get a good view of the water.
what's her name?
Oh yeah, I was gonna change doggies.
Ayame. That's her name.
I am me. I am me.
I'm gonna switch out beans.
Be good because I don't want to see worm steaks monsters act.
Well, you do, but just not on stream. That's indecent. Ugh. But yeah, I'll never fully get CPP just because of like how I build charge blades. It's never gonna work for me because I build charge blades where it's least amount of work possible. Charge blades.
Of lols. I mean,
But I
essentially, I just build charge blades to my charge blade builds are just like
wait
just
a minute.
power builds, I guess.
I
Really do
don't use
anything.
power prolonger in this game. I always use power prolonger. I guess I just play more aggressively.
Yeah, I guess you do.
Oh, that's probably why I get load shells every time. Because if I'm not going to use power prolonger, I want to be able to get shells very quickly. Or fails. However one would call it.
Back to work. Oh, sweet chair.
I'm gonna have some tea. I'm gonna taste tea.
Like tea. These tea.
Very nice, very nice.
Smells good.
Check the stream real quick. Make sure it's actually up.
Is it linked through your Discord?
I mean, like on Twitch.
No, it's just sometimes usually people have their status be
Oh,
streaming, and I
thank you.
click through to their Twitch on that.
Yeah, I'll take it. Better leave it lying around from all that. Somebody just... Yo! Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Super nice. Black Attack! Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh, actually. And a text. 123. Oh my god! Somebody else. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm hearing double audio.
From where?
I didn't have chat popped out, so I was hearing the stream.
Okay. Yeah, I have it muted on my desktop, so it shouldn't be coming through there.
That is how the title, what the weapons do.
What the weapons do. You know. Like, we're talking about weapons. What do weapons do?
Yeah, stream is up. Looks good. Everything sounds good.
Free flight checks are go!
Say like a long-winded sentence or something.
There was once a man from Siam that dreamed he was living in a can, but he awoke with a fright in the middle of the night to realize that in fact he was actually a canned ham.
Anybody in chat, how does the game audio sound versus him talking? Because he sounds a little loud, but...
Do I? If I am, I can put myself down a little bit.
We both might be, honestly.
You're not. Because you're in the green. I'm in, like, halfway through yellow, which should be good, but I don't know.
Well, on stream we sound equal.
Alright. That's okay. The game
Okay,
should be
the game is
quieter than
fine.
us. That's what I'm going for.
Voice is kind of loud. Okay.
My voice or Benny's voice?
I would think yes?
Alright. So. I can't really hear the game audio? Okay, I can put the game audio up. There. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Let's crank the game volume.
Yep, that sounds good.
Yeah? You like that?
Yep.
There.
Okay. Just doing a giggle. Alright, first huncast in, a year?
Yeah, it's been a while.
God
Been a hot
damn.
while.
God
Much better? Yeah, no
damn.
problem. No, it's good to be back in the saddle.
A lot of things have changed. My internet is less
Better.
crappy.
Yeah. Actually
yeah.
good. It's super weird.
Yeah, well, no, don't be too positive. It might go away. But,
You gotta let yourself
Yeah.
have nice things sometimes.
I have a laptop now. Makes
Oh,
stuff like this way easier.
hell yeah.
God, it's okay. Anything you wanted to start off with before we kicked into chill mode?
I just want to preface this by saying I'm a lot better at Charged Blade on PC.
Just like, yeah, so if I underperformed today, Blade.
Yeah, don't expect any big PP like, because I've been practicing on Switch. But I'm not big PP energy on Switch. Like, I'm much better on PC. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just blame Nintendo. Just blame Nintendo.
I blame the hardware, not the software, but the hardware.
Blame Nintendo.
That's fair.
Blame Nintendo. It's easy, you know. Not to think about that very hard.
Sounds good.
Okay, what do you want to start out with quest-wise today?
What are you in the mood for? You want something hard, easy, hard, difficult, easy, medium, strong?
Well, how are we feeling? Baptismo by fire, or just like a nice, easy breezy?
You know what? Let's do Basarios.
I feel like that's a nice in between.
It is. Yes.
Well, I guess let's hop to it.
Ah, yeah.
You want me to post or do you want to post?
Oh, I'll post.
Okay, that's probably better. Less lag on stream.
I've been waiting for you.
Even at its best, Rise looks a little chuggy because of Nintendo Switch Online, so.
So true.
I wish you luck.
You enjoy Charge Blade against Bizarrios?
I do, actually.
Oh. Why?
It's fun.
I bounce too much. I can't even do half of my shield attacks.
Oh, I use the sword charge.
Oh, I always do the spinning axe.
Hmm. I've been doing less of that lately.
It's like crack for me. So.
Oh,
How would you say they balance Charge Blade in this game?
it's... I don't know, it's hard to describe. Like, there's some really good things they did for Charge Blade, but there's also some really crap things they did. Like, it's not hot garbage, but it's definitely not, like, the king, you know?
Well, I don't think it
It's-
should be the king. To be fair, I don't think any weapon should be the king. That's just a problem in general.
I'm just generalizing. I don't mean like it's the best weapon. No. I mean it's big PP energy weapon. Like, if you don't have a big PP, you can't handle this weapon. But they also did a lot of things that make this weapon really accessible, like the axe hopper. Like, if you have trouble like doing AEDs or SAEDs, axe hopper, easy, fun, and you don't even need to do an SAED or AED. You can just do a normal axe attack or a transform attack.
I never thought about the accessibility part. I always just thought they were like, hey, let's just slap Aerial Charge Blade and Rise.
I also, yeah, no, because Rise is all about mobility, so I guess having that aerial stuff, good too,
Dude, Aerial styles are so good.
right?
Unless
Well, I
you
feel
got
like, well,
What the hell?
Sword and Shield, Dual Blades, Charge Blade, and, oh yeah, even Gunlance gets some aerial stuff too.
Well, I was referring to you because every weapon had aerial in that game, right? I
Right.
don't think it has any aerial.
Well, I was thinking, like, they brought back the weapons that had really solid aerial stuff.
Yes. And the weapons that didn't get it because, of course.
Well, you know how it is.
I mean, I think it's fair. Yeah, I mean, I have mixed feelings about how Charge Blade is in this game.
As
'Cause
do
as
I.
nice as it is to have it have a modular moveset, I mean, every weapon is modular. It's just nice to have a really well-rounded moveset as well. Because just, my God, how it works in 4 is just, my God, it's great.
Well, what's so nice about Rise is that, well, even World too, is like, I don't find myself having to put my Charge Blade away in order to get closer to the monster.
Yeah, good movement.
I did that every single hunt in GU. Like, there was never not a single hunt where it'd be like, okay, time to sheath and run around for a little bit. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's most weapons in that game, to be fair, though.
That is true. That is true. You notice that less with Greatsword, because you don't typically operate with it out, but yeah. It is most weapons. Unless you're playing Aerial Insect Glaive, in which case you're always on top of the monster.
But no, I mean, it is weird how they balance elemental stuff on the weapon itself. Like, I don't like how they prioritize impact files over element files.
They seem
And
to
only
do that
power
with most
becomes
weapons,
stronger again.
though. Where it's like raw is just the big deal, and like elements like thing.
Well, it really, and I know I don't do game balance,
No.
but I play the game enough that I feel like I could speak to some things. And what I would say is I really feel like element should be more of a payoff if you're going to make builds for it.
No,
You
seriously.
make specific builds per elemental type for each weapon if you play
Well,
a lot
some of the
weapons.
coolest CBs in this game are elemental CBs, and it's just like, I don't want to have to make 7 different Rampage Charge Blades, so I actually get to see those weapons in movement.
Yeah. 'Cause I mean, to be fair, it's great to be like, oh, just make the Charge Blade. Because if you play Charge Blade all the time, you're going to be able to use all your Charge Blades. No matter what. Because there's always a monster with a weakness that you can exploit.
Exactly. And
But
not to mention weakness exploit.
if you don't, then you just kind of have to wait till you need to fight a monster that is weak to that.
Essentially, yeah. That was the thing that really turned me off from element CBs. That like, you fight a monster that's weak to the element, but like you need to break apart or something for it to actually do damage, and you see nothing but zeros, and it's just like, really, really?
Yeah. No, it sucks because Elemental CB as like a game plan is awesome.
It
Being like,
is.
okay, I'm gonna aim around this part of the body and get more elemental damage, and I'm exploiting the elemental weakness of the monster, and it looks badass to have like water or lightning, or fire, or
Or the
weapons
dragon
coming out of that
files.
weapon.
Oh my god, the dragon files. So beautiful
So
in World, especially.
it's edgy lightning.
It is. Boy, lightning. Just dragon element in general looks super good.
Oh, I used the wrong gun lance.
Oh no, Ben used the wrong gun lance. Alright.
Uh,
Quest over, everybody. Back to base.
Okay, let's fight. Let's fight. Go to camp.
Alright, we could do that.
I have two builds with the same gun lance. I forgot.
Oh, okay. He's talking like switch skills then.
Yeah, I wanted the one that had the guard point reload. 'Cause it
Ah,
gives you
gotcha.
the stick back. Which, that's a fun question. Of the weapons that had really fun switch skills, what do you think won the lottery for most variety and fun times?
In terms of switch skills and silk binds, or just switch skills?
Maybe it both. They kind of fit together.
I would have to say switch axe with the being able to reload whenever the hell you want, quickly and efficiently, and having iframes on it.
Yeah, and it does get like a really good raw finisher.
That is true. Yeah, compressed finishing so freaking good, and that's also
Ah.
the one you do when you're in Demon Riot with you use what is it, Translash?
Translation?
Yeah, and GU.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I almost completely forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, no, I really like Translash, but I have never brought it with Demon Riot, so I never get to see that finisher. But it's super cool looking.
Yes, respectful.
I know, some monsters, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just hate the forward overhead chop thing, man. I've tried to use it. I've really tried to like play differently and play like really mobile and see if that felt good and like try to snipe tails with it. It's not satisfying to use. It's probably its worst switch. It's probably the switch axe's worst switch skill.
I haven't honestly ever used it, mostly because I like the poke. The poke, or I like just the normal chop. Yeah. I see speedrunners using it a lot. It might just be a really good raw attack.
That's weird. Well, I wish it was more fun to use. It's kind of annoying.
Totally fair. Oh, my ear holes.
Ooh, I haven't fought a monster with a small lord in a minute. Or a lower end lord.
Oop. Them slides, man. Them slides just don't go too far sometimes.
Oh yeah, how do you feel about the whole like almost every weapon getting a counter?
I actually really enjoy that.
Well, I know some people kind of despise it. They're like, hey, weapons don't feel different.
Well, I don't feel like some weapons should have like a good like evasive or defensive options, and then others get like absolutely none. I feel like that's, I'm not gonna say it's unfair, but like it de-incentivizes you to play those weapons if you're gonna be put into potentially dangerous situations and have no out.
I guess, but I do also agree with them to an extent, because it does change the motive of the weapon, especially if it's a strong counter. Then you should just use that counter more often than other skills that that weapon has.
That is true, because you're saying like it'll de-incentivize the rest of the weapon's moveset.
Yes, which can overall
fair.
affect play style and be kind of detrimental.
Although if you look at something like Charge Blade, like the guard point isn't like the be-all end-all. It's just a really good option, you know.
Yeah, well, it's a double-edged sword because it adds a lot of creativity, for some people to like create unique sets and do their own thing, but then it allows some people to just go line up and not actually have to think about it and not really do anything creative.
That's true, but I feel like that's more of a longsword issue than it is like an insect glaive or like a sword and shield issue.
Well, Longsword has had counters for 2 games now, so it felt like it was going in that direction, but some weapons having counters is a little weird. Point is, I don't entirely.
Well, which
agree
weapons?
with this.
Which weapons is it weird for them to have counters?
Insect Glaive's kind of weird. It's neat, but it's kind of weird.
What's the insect glaive counter?
Dash into aerial, like you're vaulting off their head, basically.
Oh. How is that
It
weird?
feels stuttery to me to use.
Stuttery.
It feels like I'm stopping what I usually do for insect glaive to use it. 'Cause I'm flowing from on the ground to in the air, and I don't usually counter. I'm usually out positioning with the insect glaive.
I mean, to be fair, like, that comes down to, like, more of, like, it being a very mobile weapon, so it doesn't essentially need to counter, but I'm sure there are people that like using it. Me, personally, I didn't even know it existed.
Me too for a little while. I just thought it was a dash attack, but no, if you get hit during that, you go up in the air.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's neat. The animation's a little confusing though, because for a little while, I thought I just got hit anyway. But if you look, you are mobile and can do things.
Interesting.
Flail in the air is kind of funny.
After that, Rocky.
Let's go.
I don't know. It's an interesting argument.
It is. No, and to be fair, like, although something like Hammer, that has literally no defensive options, having, like, a built-in counter, that's not something you can just pull out of your ass, but, like, needs, like, appropriate setup and spacing for, actually really, really satisfying.
I prefer them just doing the wirebug ones.
I mean,
ones where
Dash
it's
Breaker is
just
still a
armor.
good option as well. But, like,
Yeah,
the EI
I
Bonk
prefer-
is actually really fucking cool.
I guess, but it really does just like I really am kind of agreeing with them now, aren't I? We're just I would prefer more individuality instead of just counters as wirebug skills.
I see what you mean, because, yeah, that goes back to the GU aspect of, like, finding a unique and interesting way to play the weapon, rather than it being, like, put into this category of, oh, this is the counterattack weapon, or this is your counterattack playstyle, and this is all the gameplay
It
is.
kind of worked in GU was because it was full sets. So you
Indeed.
could just switch out. You were actively choosing to be the jumping hammer, or the dodging hammer, or the countering hammer, right? It wasn't all the time, and so like some movesets taking up full switch skills when there's only 2 options is a little cluttery. It feels kind of
No, and so the switch skill system was actually a really good compromise in that regard.
yeah. It's shallow's not the word. It's a little. I guess it is kind of shallow at the moment, only being 2. Right, so you have one
Yeah, it's true. I mean, yeah, you get 3 switch skills, and then you have, like, 1 Silkbind that's bound to the weapon that you cannot change.
Yeah, the only thing deep about that is the combinations, not really the choices themselves.
Indeed.
Which I'm not saying is a bad thing, it's just, it's a good start. It's a really good start.
Well, I feel like in Rise they went for more, like, not so much unique playstyles, but, like, you get slightly more customization, which I feel like is
Yeah.
a good thing, and definitely puts a lot more, I'm not gonna say power, but definitely gives everybody, like, their own unique, like, okay, this doesn't work for me, so I'll use this instead.
No, it does allow you to tune your playstyle, but I don't know, it feels less focused than the older games. Even Gen, because again, they were still tailored sets.
Which I definitely do understand, but I mean, if it comes down to having, like, my entire moveset swapped out something, or just being able to pick, like, a handful that switch, I think I'd rather just have the handful.
So if I had to pick a weapon that I think won the lottery, it's Gunlight.
That I actually do agree with. Gunlight has not only good silk binds, but also some really interesting switch skills.
But, and this is a big one,
Big hairy butt.
the reload guard point has less armor than some charge blade guard points. It's a little not as good to use.
And that is fair. That's also kind of unfair.
Makes me wondering if it's like a power balance thing, since you're able to remove your strength so often. that it's balanced that you're not always going to be able to like combo out of it.
Well, that, and you also have like that built-in Silkbind guard as well.
Yeah.
So maybe it's more of like a which is more incentivized.
Yeah, I kind of wish it wasn't a block.
Oh, nice.
I just took damage, but they get it. I don't know. It's a weird thing because like I don't want to be too aggressive, but I get what they went for because it always lets you reload even if the stagger is too big, right? With the curve point reload, it just makes you act slower and stagger.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I haven't experimented around with the guard point reload too much, but I do prefer it over the normal reload, mainly because I play wide and I have load up, so I get all my shells anyway.
Yeah, that and you get worm stings back.
Oh, that's true.
I don't have a ton to say about all the wirebug skills. They're pretty samey, depending on the weapon.
Yeah, no, you get the mobility one, you get the counter one. That's how most weapons go. Which is fair, like having more mobility, not a bad thing. Never a bad thing. Nice.
Nice. I definitely hope that more Switch skills do decently impactful things in G rank. Not like strength wise, because I don't want it to be objectively weaker, or objectively stronger.
True, very true.
But I would like to see actual, almost feels like a different weapon change. Because you haven't had one of those yet.
I mean, I'm pretty content with the ones I have, but I also don't play a whole mess of weapons very consistently. And I also don't experiment around. I find what I like and I just kind of stick to that.
That's very surprising for how much effort you put in.
What can I say? I'm a normie.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same way in GU. Is like, I have a handful of, like, style weapon combos, and I just kind of play those.
I mean, I am kind of like that, where I pick my favorite style and I just stay with it, but I think that's the intention of styles.
On to the next one.
Yeah, probably.
Just so people can just pick their favorite and have fun with it.
I mean, well, in GU, when you find, like, your weapon style combination, I'm not gonna fucking generalize. Very rarely do I ever deviate from it. Like, there are a few weapons I enjoy in Valor, but for the most part, I either play Striker or I play Adept.
I mean, Adept is usually crack, so.
It is. Yes, it always is. There's not a single weapon that doesn't play well in Adept. Don't say Gunlance.
Adept Hunting Horn is fine.
I've never played that, so I would not know what goes on in Adept Hunting Horn.
I think it just lets you put up a buff faster or something like that.
What would you like
just-
to do?
It's fine. Like, it really isn't bad. It's just fine. I was just really excited for it to be more, and I didn't get any more, so. Not every weapon is going to be Adept Charge Blade. That's just a fact.
True.
Yeah, Adept Charge Blade is correct. It's just, we need something like that for Switch skills, in my opinion, where it really just changes the whole playstyle. Because I love that.
I mean, in World, they had more grounded playstyles, where, like, yeah, you got extra things with, like, the Clutch Claw, where they added one or two extra things, the Iceborne expansion, but for the most part, they were just pretty much the same weapons from War Ultimate, but with a slightly updated moveset.
So you think they should just kind of keep it along the same lines, roughly?
Yeah, but I'm like I said, I'm very stick in the mud. Like, once I find what I like, I just kind of stick with that.
That's fair.
And I
I don't know,
definitely get where you're coming from, where it's like, you want more variety, you want more, like, difference, because you play so many different weapon types, and so you know, like, what you want from specific weapons.
Yeah, I guess I kind of made it about Switch skills, because the weapons themselves have great identity.
Yeah.
The Switch skills feel very samey.
Maybe that's why, because all the weapons, they fit into very particular niches. Like, outside of like the bow guns being essentially the same in this game, like they're all very unique.
Yeah, because, like, just... Oh, but there are some specific things that I think are fantastic, like long shelling becoming Blast Dash. Oh my god. Basically turning a turtle move into a goddamn rocket.
No, which is super good. And yeah, I don't ever do hard shelling. I always use Blast Dash. Even though I dash the wrong direction sometimes, I still love the shit out of it.
I feel like that's the best example of it mimicking styles, where it's like two different people will just pick completely two different things, right?
Yes.
Because they'll either want the mobility or they'll want to tank. But that's, yeah.
And again, that
It
comes
has the
back to like the
mobility.
weapons, every weapon having like a decent mobility option. Like even some of the tankier weapons.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you can always just sheath your weapon and run around, but like if you get more uptime by like blast dashing, I think I'd rather just blast dash.
Honestly, though, with how they've balanced these latest games, it does feel like you can't tank without sacrificing DPS by a significant amount.
Yeah, and that's also why they leaned into counters. Because yeah, it's nice to be able to like block and tank, but like you're not gonna get any uptime out of it. It's just not incentivized or fun.
I really would have loved to see more like interesting quality abilities, not just counters or armor abilities. Something a little
Examples.
bit spicier. More movement-based things for some weapons, like Sword and Shield, and Dual Blades have the best examples of putting aerial style into their thing. Um, maybe including, well, I mean, hammers literally just changes up how blue stance work,
That is
right?
true. Well, the hammer got like a pretty good overhaul in this game, like in general.
Yes, no, it's fantastic. The stance changing is just, oh, it's heck. I don't know. I mean, I still, I don't know why I've been so negative today.
You just said a
Um,
negative Nancy, and that's totally okay. I'm like a positive Pete.
oh, that's fair.
Eh.
But no, I mean, to be fair, this is my thinking about it. Thinking about it. Yeah, I would say this is my favorite iteration of Gunlance. It's just the most fun.
It's really good. Even in World, I very much enjoyed Gunlance, even though I just do like Slam Chop or I do Full Burst. But in this game, I don't really do a whole lot of that. It's a lot of just poke, shell, poke. I mean, that's just what I enjoy.
No, it's great. No, honestly, all shelling types feel good and healthy in this game. Now, damage is a thing, but that's weapon balance. That's not how the weapon feels individually.
Indeed.
Individually, the weapon is fantastic.
Well, I don't. You know what's funny is I don't like when I play Gunlance. I don't notice that the hunts take long, especially in Rise.
You're having fun.
Yeah, they don't take any longer. So things like I could do like a Diablos in like 12 minutes with a Sword and Shield. I could do Diablos just about that same time with Gunlance. So there's no
Uh,
loss in time.
Let's go.
I've had different numbers, honestly.
Really?
I have bigger differences. Yeah, if from Lance to Gun Lance, I have like 3-minute differences
That's all.
consistently. Well, I mean, it's not a big number. I'm just saying
Well,
it does show that it does
what
do less
where I'm
damage.
coming from is like I could hunt like a high rank Rathalos in GU, and I've told you this before, with a Gunlance, and it would take me, it would almost time me out compared to like using a G rank Charge Blade against a high rank Rathalos would take me like maybe 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's rough. To be fair,
Yeah.
that's just that whole charge blade, that whole gun lance situation is just horrible.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why it
and
feels like
you
Hunts
can
take longer.
tell there's a major DPS loss, but in this game it doesn't feel that way. Even if that may be the case, it doesn't feel like it,
Yes.
and it's a hypothetical.
But yeah, no, even though there is a damage difference, minor, but there, I do enjoy it the most out of a lot of weapons. I'm gonna be real. I
Ah,
love Lands to Death, but this has been the most fun that I've had in the game so far. It's weird how I can say this is the most fun, but it's still not my favorite weapon. Because Lance is still my favorite weapon.
no, that's totally fair. Like
Yeah.
you got to keep it like your OGs, your back in the days, your day ones. You
No,
know?
it's not just because I'm like, I can't cheat on Lance. No, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I still appreciate a lot more things that it's doing in this game. I'm doing it on this game, right? Because Lance still just has such supreme consistency, in my opinion. The amount of damage you could do in one spot over so much time without really hitting a ton of other spots, basically allowing you to get part breaks before death. Very good. Very, very good.
Indeed.
you know, at gun lance. Rightly so. Just kind of feels like splash damage, and I kind of love it. Big moves.
Alright, one thing I will say is I don't like how they changed the roar hitboxes. Like, sometimes, in World, you always know it's coming out of the monster's mouth, but, like, it comes out of some weird place in the middle of the monster in this game. It's super strange. Maybe. I feel like it was just, like, a hitbox in general in the older games.
Maybe just the portable team does some stuff.
Could be.
War
Well,
feels
keep in mind they were
fine.
also using a completely different engine in this game compared to World. That it may
Oh,
also
that's-
be a factor.
Oh, okay, that counted. Come on, step into the sand. You know you want it. You need a steak over it.
Oh no. Ah, no, I blew my load. Oh, nice. Nice. 69. Oh shit. Look out, he's coming in hot. I really like what they did to Diablos in this game.
Wait. How so? Because he feels a little bit more violent?
Well, he's got a... I'm not gonna say he's got a completely different moveset, but he feels so much different than he did in the World. He's got like this weird hybrid moveset between like Black and, not Savage, but Bloodbath.
Yeah, well that's just because they actually wanted to make him interesting, and Diablos is, I'm gonna be mean, not that interesting.
Black Diablos?
Diablos, just Diablos.
Diablos
Black
in general?
Diablos.
Yeah. No. Like, GU Diablos is probably one of the least interesting monsters in the whole game. Difficult as hell, but just very uninteresting.
I like Jirik Diablos. Hyper was fun.
Hyper is fun, I will give you that. But I feel like Hyper is just what normal Diablo should have been.
Yeah, just normal, and then Hyper just gets a mixture.
Exactly. Like, to be honest with you, I enjoy fighting Monoblos in 4 Ultimate. Mainly because Monoblos has a very interesting moveset. Like, yeah, it's pretty much just Diablos' moveset, but the way he comes at you isn't just like charge, charge, charge. He'll do like actual ground attacks. He'll force you into positions to be like, I gotta find that safe spot. Or
No,
I'll
I
get
think
rocked.
my favorite memory of fighting that guy is literally how he just started weirdly walking around me, and I was like, I don't like this. Diablos is
Right?
fast,
No, he puts
and
up his
moving
wings
slow.
and points his horn at you. He's like, I'm looking for that spot to poke you. You better be ready.
It's so intimidating.
So what is your like go-to switch skills for Gunlance?
It really depends. I find myself using every kind a lot, actually.
No. If you were all like, your balls against the wall, you got blind date syndrome going on, you don't know what you're gonna hunt, what switch skills you bring with Gunlance?
Long shelling. I don't remember what the ground what's called where you buff the gun lance.
Ground splitter.
Oh.
I don't know what the ground one's
Oh,
called.
reg reload.
Regular reload and blast dash? No blast dash.
No, but long shelling. Long shelling, regular reload, and ground splitter. Because
Hell
I would
yeah.
do guard point reload if I know the monster and I'm confident.
Gotcha.
But regular reload because I just want to be able to get my shells loaded and not have to worry about doing any fancy stuff.
Totally fair. Me personally, with Charge Blade, I think I do prefer Sword Charge over Spinning Axe, even though I do really like Spinning Axe. But definitely Sword Charge, CPP, and then regular Morph Slash.
I miss sword charge. I'm gonna be real. I don't like how it feels in this game compared to World. Focus doesn't affect it at all, and it's slow as hell.
Well, although that being said, you don't need to focus on your Charge Blade builds at all in this game, which is something I really do like.
Yeah, but I like. Honestly, I included it the most in World because of sword charge.
Oh no, all of my Charge Blade builds in World had focus. Like that was kind of like a non-negotiable.
Ride like the wind.
don't know what it was, but just sword charge feels terrible for me in this game. Just awful.
To
It's
be honest with
just
you, it feels the same to me. Like, I don't know. Doesn't I don't know. I don't feel like I've
I
lost
think it's
anything.
the same as sword charge without focus and world, but it's just nothing can make it faster in this game.
It's pretty fast out of CPP.
I think that's what they were trying to incentivize, and I don't like that. The move on its own feels bad,
Hmm. That's fair.
and that's
I mean,
feels
if it's
bad,
not
right?
for
I'm not saying
you,
it is
then
bad.
like, don't use it.
No, it's
I
what
don't know.
I'm just giving my opinion on it. I'm not
I,
saying it's bad. I'm saying
I'm
it feels
not.
bad for me.
Oh my God! Don't get offended with me, Mister Moody
I'm just
Blues.
I'm just clarifying that I think it's a good
I've
move,
got
like
them charge blade
because
blues.
I've never had the patience for that thing. So when I
Uh,
have am forced to have patience with it in this game, it just feels bad.
Totally fair. Well, I come from like the classic charge blade background where like the weapon is all patience.
I know, but like that specific move, I've never had to deal with patience.
No, and I
I know.
got you there.
Keep going. Oh, he's gonna slap me.
Oh, he missed. I guard pointed that. He missed.
Oh, he didn't miss me. I got pancake. You see me just lying on the ground?
Yeah. You were like literally right next to me. I guard point and morph slash. I'm like, oh, how did that hit you and not me?
God, I'm gonna be real. Like it really does. Just ow, God, that feels good in this game. You know what I wish you could do more of, but you can't do,
What?
just because of how it's balanced? There's no aerial full burst. It's there, but it's so hard to get to. You want to know how I use it most of the time?
What?
Off of wirefall, because there's not a lot of other reasons to actually be in the air and have shelling without blast dash.
Totally
And
fair.
blast dash gets rid of the full burst. It's the same input.
Oh my God, this poor thing just can't catch a break today. This is gonna be my third SAD on it.
No remorse. I missed.
Alright, one thing I don't like about Charge Blade in this game is that after a guard or guard point, you can't go into immediately sword charging it, or not, or the oh my God, file charging attack. You used to be able to do that in World. You used to be able to do that in 4 Ultimate.
Okay, what are you talking
The
about
input doesn't
specifically?
chain anymore.
What doesn't?
You know your circle attack? Where you charge up your sword to get files? In World and in 4 Ultimate, after you blocked or guard pointed, you go directly into that attack. In this game, that input doesn't chain. You have to wait.
Oh, I don't do that, so I didn't know that was a thing you couldn't do.
Yeah, that used to be my setup, like, go-to. Although, to be fair, I don't use it a whole lot because of CPP. But, like, 'cause if I need files, I'll just CPP, or I'll just straight up block.
Careful how many times you talk about that. We might get you.
What, about my PP? Did you see my
How you
PP?
see it.
Don't look at my PP.
I didn't look. Let's move on.
Alright.
You use freaking long shelling so much. Not long shelling. Wyvern fire. God damn it! I keep having it. Do you do? I think I have Wirebug Whisper on this. You do Wirebug Whisper. I don't have Wirebug Whisper on this. Okay, fair enough. You basically just do long shelling, gun lance, right? But you
Yes.
do blast dash to get rid of the long shelling. And then you have a fast and loose one where you use the skill that lets Wyvern fire come back sooner, right?
Yes.
And you basically just combo full burst into Wyvern's fire frequently, because long shelling gets an extra tick of damage on Wyvern's.
Interesting.
How confusing was that to listen to? It's confusing to say.
I'm so lost right now.
Okay, so long shelling gives you an extra tick of damage on Wyvern's fire, right?
Yes. Yes, so you get 3
Okay.
bops instead of 2 bops.
But let's say you want to use blast dash, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you use blast dash on a long shelling when you get the load shells to get the flying load shells. So it feels pretty good for normal, and it gets good enough damage for right?
Yes.
But you can use the what the hell? You can use the one skill, not the opposite of ground split, right? The one
Yes.
where you jump up in the air and you do the slam. That refreshes Wyvern's Fire a little bit. It takes like about 15%
Oh,
away from the cooldown.
I didn't know Hail Cutter did that.
Yep. So if you combine that with using a long shelling gun lance and blast dash, you can have a fast and loose Wyvern's Fire build where you just zip around the map.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun.
Credit to Rurikon. He came up with it.
Well, Urkon's really good at coming up with creative
Cousin,
things.
of course, he came up with it.
Like a lot of my early builds in World are based off of his builds.
It's fair. I mean, to be fair, he's the gun lance master. So.
That is true. But he's also just really good at using like what he's got. Like he's very, very creative and just like pulling shit out of his ass. Like, what if I did this?
But for real, yeah. I did such a poor job with this way. Goddamn.
Yeah, I got it the second time around. Yeah, because once I knew you were talking about Hell Cutter, I was like, oh, okay.
I can't remember the names for this stuff, so I'm like trying to speak in like general terms, and it just does not come out as well.
No, I get you there though. Like sometimes I just can't remember the name of one specific switch skill. I'm just like, fuck, you know the one that you slide and then like you jump off the monster.
You mean Sliding Slash? Or whatever it's
Yeah.
called? Literally in the name.
So you're like the ground one that buffs the weapon? Ground splitter?
I can say that. Honestly, I thought I had a cooler name like Earth, Destroyer, Napalm,
Molten Buster.
Molten Butt. What?
You get something you need to
That's
tell me, Benny?
No, I'm good. Oh. Nice.
Hell yeah. Solid freaking Diablos, my guy. Diablos is made out of solid Diablos.
The rarest material on Earth.
Rarest material known to man. I'm
Because when-
dolphins.
When it's harvested, it usually falls apart.
I say.
Make it stupid. Because Diablos is fragile on the inside because they don't talk about their feelings.
What the fuck, man?
I don't know, man. It just sounds like a very Diablos thing to do.
I mean, they are, they're the most violent vegetarians I've ever met. I'll tell you that.
For
Like, just
real.
the shape of its jaw and, like, its protruding teeth and its... I'm like, it's a vegetarian? What?
No, if you look at it, it's not. It doesn't have grabby teeth. It has rammy teeth.
That's true. That's probably made for, like, digging and stuff.
Yeah, digging and like getting the opponent off of them and stuff like that.
Hmm. Indeed. But it's also, it's also very violent and aggressive, so I guess it makes sense for it to have, like, huge prehensile teeth.
Yeah, Limit's trying to take care of its territory. She's like that.
I guess, yeah, since it's a desert-dwelling mon, like, there's not gonna be a whole lot of, like, meat for it to eat.
Yeah, oh, well, that and it needs to like take care of its like patches because there's like little cute little cactus patches. It's gotta keep it safe.
Don't go near a cactus patch. No, I love in 3 Ultimate on this map, there's like a little cactus patch you can go and like gather cactuses. And so that's still there in this map, where the area we were just fighting in, where it's got like the spire and stuff. Like you can go over to the cactus and they put like a gatherable cactus there. I'm just like, oh, memories. Memory.
You cool if I take a quick break to use the bathroom?
Oh, dude, go right ahead. I've got a
Alrighty.
bought a fly.
Okay, I'll be right back.
To the hub. Here's the quest list.
What else is on the menu today? Let's do a double. So we're just going to Sandy Plains all day.
I wish you luck.
Last 3 quests I posted have all been in Sandy Plains. I guess that says something about me. I like Sandy Plains. Probably my favorite map from 3 Ultimate. And like every monster that spawns in Sandy Plains, I don't dislike them at all. Oh, bum bum. Yeah. Let's go check on the Kahoot nest. Been a little while. Oh, sweet. Ready to gather. Who we got here? Eggs and rations and fish. Hell yeah. See, the lottery's in. Oh, yeah, there's a sale.
I'm having a sale.
Oh, nice.
You wish to try your luck?
Uh-oh.
We have
Bingo,
a
not a
winner.
jackpot. Disappoint. Melting pot.
Interesting.
Yeah. See what we got here. Ooh. Eh. Okay. Nope. Eh. Eh. Oh. 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 Oh no. This one's really, really good. Oh boy. It's okay. Eh. Ugh. Why? Eh. Eh. Is that reload 2, the attack up 1? If it has slots on it, I might use that for something. I don't know over the tell. This was my first like talisman I ever used to like make a super good build, so I never get rid of it. The rest of these, how airport. Oh, that was reload attack 1, no slots. Okay, I'll get rid of that.
Alrighty, sorry about that.
You'll never guess what I just pulled out of my melting pot. Weakness exploit 2, attack boost 1,
Oh,
no slots.
still pretty good.
It's pretty fucking solid. Well, considering that like attack boost is a 2-slot deco, like it's still a really good talisman. I'm definitely gonna use it.
You know what I would describe that as?
What?
Handy. That's a handy talisman.
It's another one of my favorites is weakness exploit 2, stun resistance 1, no slots. That's also a really solid talisman.
Ooh, this is exciting.
Well, we all know that I peaked, right? I definitely got the best talisman in the game.
Yeah. Fucking agitator. Was it agitator 2, guard 3?
Agitator 3, guard 1 with the 2 slot. Ooh,
Ah,
it's so good.
Sexy.
The
Sexy.
fact that I can get Agitator 4 on just the talisman is just godlike, man.
Would 2 slots?
No, just 1 2 slot.
Still super good.
No, it's great. You can get guard 2 and Agitator for it, right? But,
Oh,
I
absolutely.
prefer the Agitator because guard is usually pretty easy to get otherwise.
And I'm
I mean, like-
inclined to agree. Inclined to agree.
You inclined to agree? Okay. Well, I'm inclined to agree with your agreement.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. But I think this calls for a switch time.
I was gonna do one more with CB, but you're more than welcome to
Here
switch.
we go.
Oh, well, I can respect that. I'll play a different kind of gunlance.
This is exciting.
Play white boy gunlance. See what happens.
Yeah, I don't know why, but CB's feeling really good today, and it's starting to freak me out.
Like Twilight Zone-y?
Go.
Yeah, like I feel like I fell off the saddle, but like I landed on in like a better, more comfortable saddle.
So just like directly onto a different horse.
Exciting.
Like a
Essentially,
pony.
yeah.
Fell
You
off
know
the
what?
tall horse
I
onto the
actually
pony.
did like I was actually riding a pony one time, and like the saddle like slipped and I fell off, and the horse was like kissing me and stuff. I'm like, oh, this isn't so bad. And like the yeah, no, like
Alright.
and like the guide or whatever comes over. It's like, oh wow, that horse really likes you. I'm just like, yeah, it does. Still probably one of my fondest memories of horse riding.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, well, it's so weird that people don't like know that horses are like super like affectionate animals.
Oh, they're so sweet.
Yeah, no.
I've been waiting for you.
Oh, did I
Well,
already
scary
post?
though.
Until next time.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, they can like murder
They
you
have
with their feet.
strong-
So
Yeah.
yeah, they
Yeah,
have
one
like
kick and your head could be broken.
yeah, no, they're very like oh god, like they're it's like a like a car, you know, like a car's super useful. You can drive places, you know, you get there super quick and you keep stuff in it. You can also kill
Even if it's
somebody.
going like 20 miles an hour, it could kill you.
Yeah, no, you can kill somebody at 15 miles an hour. Like, it's
Crazy. Oh, did we tell you about that story I heard?
no, what's up?
Like a kid stole her mom's car and went for like a fun drive. She was like 15 or whatever.
Yes.
Didn't understand physics apparently and wanted to bump
Oh no.
somebody who was going for a jog.
Yeah.
Manslaughter. Yeah. Yeah.
That's ooh.
Hey, can you mute on stream real quick? I want to tell you something worse.
Let me
Or do you
just
think
go
I should
ahead
say
and
it
put
on-
up
I don't
the
think
hang on, let
bad.
me just put up the where
Make sure I'm muted on stream. I don't want anyone to hear this. It's bad.
okay. They can just hear me now. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, just no. Why would you tell me that? I didn't need to know that. Like that scene from fucking Gremlins. Pop. Oh god. Okay, I'm unmuting you now, so now you're gonna have to
Okay,
deal
well-
with the consequences of your actions. Oh
I'm
god.
pretty sure it's fake though, because like
I really hope that's fake. Like,
it sounds like a story you tell to make people upset, right?
yeah, no, like I know
Which
like
is why-
people like put like eggs and stuff in like the oven to like incubate them.
Yeah, but like that's different because like oven.
No,
is
because
just-
you don't. Cause yeah, what
They're
you
not-
do is you heat up the oven and you wait for it to cool off, and then you put the eggies in there and you wrap them in like a wet cloth, and it'll incubate
Yeah,
them.
but that's like, and you do that in a special way where it's like you're not putting them on metal so they don't conduct a bunch of heat and all that jazz, right?
Yeah.
Um,
But did they at least cover it before they put it in there? Because
I
heaven
don't
forbid
know.
it gets all soggy. Ah. How do you hear things? I don't know how that works exactly. Black Taka. Unhear?
Wait, did you hear what I said? Did it not mute on stream?
No, I muted it.
Oh, they probably put together the pieces of your perspective.
Oops.
Yeah.
Is that the Howlitzer? No, that's the
No.
I didn't know it had a feathery
Albatross.
shield. Yeah, I didn't know Albatross had a
Yeah, well,
feathery
it's 'cause he's
shield.
got like that fluff. Yeah, well, not fluff. He's got
It's,
like the bristles.
Yeah, the whiskers. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
actually yeah. No, he does have like
It's
painter's
bristly.
tail, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got like brush stuff in between the mandible pieces. Little
Such an
mandible.
interesting monster.
To be fair, that story I'm pretty sure is 100% fake. It just sounds too outlandish.
Yeah, no, I don't even think people. I'm pretty sure like back in those days, like whenever they sold something like that, it came with like this pink card of like, don't do this shit with it. You know?
Yeah. Also, like people are stupid, but they're not that stupid.
No, people are less stupid today than they are back then. Like I remember somebody put like a phone in a microwave to like dry it off. I remember seeing that TikTok.
That was funny though,
Yes, it was.
because like no one got, as long as the battery didn't explode, no one got hurt. It's just somebody made a really stupid. Well, I mean, again.
I mean, when I was a kid, I used to play with that shit all the time. Like I'd put stuff in there and see what would happen.
Okay, Deluge, next time we switch weapons, let's pick a quest that's in a different map.
I know. I was actually said that to the stream. I was like, man, I really love the Sandy Plains because I guess all the quests we've done are been in Sandy Plains. So yeah, I'll make sure to pick something that's not. Let's go like lava caverns or something. Get a little variety in here. On the bright
Also, I'm gonna
side,
say this, since I don't know if we touched on this in the review that we
Mhm.
did, the 2 reviews.
yeah.
Rise's soundtrack is probably one of the best in the franchise. Just say that.
No, it's fucking good. Like, All
What did
the
they do
area
with the
themes
Rajang
are
song,
such
though?
bangers.
What did they do to the Rajang song though? It's so much worse.
Yeah, well, they
That
peaked
song's
in world.
ridiculous.
That's the thing, is they peaked in world.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's not bad. It's just they just went away from perfection. You know?
Yeah, they took a step back and they realized, look, we can't have this one song being the absolute banger because it makes all of them look bad. So they all just need to be super good. Like,
Well, it's
okay,
like instead
all
of the
right.
slapping bass being that interlude part of the
Bum
song,
bum
it's a dude just going,
bum bum
oh, and I'm
bum
like, that
bum.
doesn't sound as good.
Hey, 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 so get the
You
fuck
know,
out
you
of
know
here.
what I'm
Where's the
talking about, right?
saxophone? Yeah, no, I know
You know what I'm
exactly
talking
what you're
about,
talking
right?
about.
Like in the part where it's like where it goes like, right? Like it gets replaced with the dude, which he doesn't sound bad, but it's like the bass was the bass.
Right?
It was just, oh,
Well, they tried something different and it didn't quite work out. And that's kind of like
which is
what
fine.
Monster Hunter's all about. Try things different, you know?
Although, you monsters release the goddamn DLC Iceborne soundtrack. You goddamn monsters, please.
No, seriously, like, the fuck. I don't want to buy
I can't buy
singles.
it anywhere. I can't buy it anywhere. I can't find it.
Really?
I want to buy it. Yeah, I can't find it.
Have you checked
There's some.
Capcom's website?
Well, you know what's okay? I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
The one thing they don't seem to want to release it unless it's a part of an album because all the Cove to Roth and like post-world DLC for like base world is on the Iceborne soundtrack. Because they couldn't include it in the base world soundtrack.
Did you look on Amazon and iTunes and Spotify?
I didn't look
Ah, bird!
everywhere, but I
Bird,
looked
bird!
pretty damn
Bird, bird,
far. I'll
bird!
have to look more tonight.
Bird! Bird, bird! Bird, bird, bird!
To be fair though,
Bird,
Cove to
bird!
Roth final
Bird,
battle theme.
bird! Bird, bird! Bird, bird, bird!
Just,
Bird obtained.
mm, just,
Just,
Honestly, Cove to
hmm.
Roth's dynamic music in general is great.
No, I love that she's
Slow
like
and
a sexy
mysterious.
stripper.
It doesn't have to do with the music, but that's fair.
Well, the music fits, like, you know, her sexy pole dance of death.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch more David Bosk later.
Busk.
Say
David
his his
Busk.
first name right? Is his first name? I don't remember.
David?
Yeah, is that his first name? I don't remember.
It's either David or David. Who's David Bosk?
He's the David Vosk. He's like the music guy who does reactions and like breaks down composition and like references and stuff like that.
Oh, did you do Ludwig's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
Oh wait, what, no, like the African American fellow.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's Alex Bakula.
Oh, okay.
Bakula.
And I don't know who this Bosk character is.
He was on Third Fleet podcast.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Oh, he's a good dude. I still don't remember what his. I don't know how to say his first name, or I don't remember what his first name is. But point is, his stuff's really great. His breakdowns are awesome. Just watch him. Just yeah.
Noted. Duly noted, bro.
Yeah, he's not the most like charismatic, entertaining guy ever, but he's like intelligent about what he has to say. That doesn't really matter. Like it makes up for it. Like it really has a lot of educational material. Which kind of made me sad because Alex McCool's content kind of turned into like, I mean that's good, but like you had a lot of intelligent things to say before, and now you're just ecstatic.
This
about
is
it.
brilliant. But I like this.
Just saying, I want a little bit of breakdown, and I feel like
Totally
you get less breakdown in his stuff. This isn't a content critique. I need to quiet down. Death Baroth is tiny.
Yes, he is. I found our target. So small. Let me get my magnifying glass.
It's a baby.
Well, we are the hunters. This is a monster. Juvenile or not, it must be hunted to extinction.
It is. 'Tis the way.
'Tis the way, my lady.
Is the hunting way.
Oh, bit me. You gotta put him down. He's rabid. Oh, ah. He's just so like he's just on top of me right now. I don't even have diversion on. He's just on top of me.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna take it.
No, just my final tick of the thingy went off just as soon as it became rideable, and I was like, oh, that counts.
Any kind of damage counts. Even if you threw a knife at them, that counts.
Oh, really?
Yep. I'm pretty sure it's just any damage that you inflicted yourself.
Ah, gotcha. Toot toot. I love these, like, the fucking train wyvern.
Yeah, it's adorable. wonder if he's. What how sensitive his nose is what I meant to say.
That's a good question. I also like that, yeah, it's like a fucking breathing apparatus comes out of his head. That's super cool.
He's snorkel.
Yeah.
Built-in snorkel.
Yeah, because he's like fucking mud crawler guy. It makes
Yeah, it's
sense, because
almost
he's
kinda
going to be
like how-
submerged in the mud, so he needs to breathe.
He almost has like blowhole style breathing.
That's exactly what they are. To be perfectly honest with you, they are blowholes.
But he's also like, you know, a bipedal mammal who hangs out on land.
Mammal?
Is he not a mammal? I need to shut up.
Hey,
I
there's...
don't know.
No, I was just saying, like, what makes you think he's a mammal? That's what I want to know.
I don't know biology very well, so I'm not going to talk like I know species.
Okay.
But point is, he is a bipedal land creature.
To be perfectly
has-
honest with you, I wouldn't know how to
Very-
classify him, because he seems amphibious, but, like, he's got so many
I would say
reptilian
he's
features.
amphibious. I would say he's amphibious. If we
I would
had-
also, yeah. I would also say he's a bit of an amphibian.
just because of like how he hangs out in both situations.
Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. I mean, look at him. He's splishing and he's splashing.
Right?
If he splash, he'd be taking a bath.
I'm also really glad that Mudblight didn't come back.
Yeah, that sucked.
Just Bind is back, but I'm really glad Barrel didn't get a stupid Mudblight.
Why'd you get rid of Bleed? Why'd you get rid of Bleed, Capcom? Tell me why.
I feel like they just took all the status effects down. You know, down to like bare bones. But they also changed how blights work in this game.
It just really feels like that was an unneeded difficulty decrease.
I'm inclined to agree. But I also don't particularly mind it, because I like not having to bring cleansers with me on every hunt now. There's only like 2 or 3 monsters that will actually bind you and it be like a significant threat. But I also like the way they reworked the blights. Specifically Ice Blight, making your Wire Bug cooldown slower rather than it making you cost more fixed stamina.
No, that's super cool, which means it's probably going to do that again in a later game, because Wirebug's probably going to stay.
Neat. Oh, this boy is nippy. My god.
So what weapon do you feel like you've been punished the most using?
In what game? In Rise?
This one. I mean, that's what we're talking about today. Because, like, for me, it's Greatsword. I've died the most overcommitting in Greatsword.
Ah, okay. Is that what you mean by punished?
Yes. So being like, having a monster punish me for being stupid.
Ah, that would be Hammer. Absolutely Hammer.
Did I just talk about it this thing?
I think you did. For me, it's Hammer, mainly because, like, yeah, I'll overcommit, and then, like, the way I play Hammer, I only have one defensive option. It's not something I can pull out on the fly.
Gunlance might have just been knocked up a few points. I didn't know I could do something, and I just did it.
What did you do?
You can combo out of putting in Wormstake to Wyvern's Fire.
Oh!
I didn't know I could do that. Or I didn't, I forgot. Either way, badass.
Still badass. Oh, he's coming in hot. Oh, my nibblies.
No, my nibblies. No.
He's after my nuggies.
Oh no, my
What's it?
chicken nuggets.
What is it? It's like... This is one streamer I used to watch all the time, like, whenever, like, the boss or, like, the mobs were, like, all chasing him, because he was, like, just a bum rusher type dude. They're like, they're after my nuggies!
I mean, that's fair, they probably are.
Or he'd be going after, like, a crystal lizard or, like, a wandering madness. They're like, my nuggies!
I mean, they do be nuggy monsters.
They are nug... That's actually where it comes from. That's where I got it from, was from him.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I don't think you could properly pronounce Tate Knight. You just called them, like, upgrade nuggies, and it just kind of lost all sense of direction from there.
Can properly pronounce Tight Knight.
I mean, Tate Knight, Tannerite, who cares?
I think it's Titanite because it's supposed to be like Titan or whatever. I don't know.
I thought it was Taintonite, since it's, like, they're, like, black crystals that, like, are mysterious
But
in
it is
origin.
T-I-T, it's not T-A-N-I-N.
But you could also say Titanite.
Yeah. But I don't. I'm saying I think that's. Like if I had to.
I like that the "ite" part is the only one we don't disagree on.
Well, how else do you pronounce ITE?
Yite.
If it started the word like that, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not a
That's like
scientist.
saying. I guess you could say ite, but like.
Ite.
Teeth
Tai
and
ite.
ite.
It's a tite te.
I'm
Ite.
gonna go get my teeth and ite.
Tite nite. I like that.
Sounds like a tasty treat.
It does. Speaking of which,
Oh,
I
is he
am
coming to us?
hungry.
No. Oh, are you hungry? I have
I'm
like 2 lunches, so
I
I
am
didn't have to eat
Hungarian.
dinner.
I had a snack. It's like I could see it be like creeping up on my
Oh,
shoulder, being like, "Hey, you're gonna need to eat something in like
no,
2
for me it
hours."
was like I don't want to be cranky during huntcast, so I
No.
had an extra snack just in case.
Yeah, always like there's 3 rules of streaming. Always tweet. Always fucking put your tabs and make sure like the title of the stream is correct. And always eat before you stream. Unless you're a mukbang streamer, in which case you don't gotta worry about that shit.
Yeah.
Which is something I may consider doing because I get hungry a lot when I stream.
No, Blue. What is for dinner?
For me or for you?
Pokey?
Oh, for Pookie. You know what? I want some of that
we
Barath
do-
meat. I've been told that it's a bit like
but like, seriously though,
it's like gamey. It's gamey, like, and you can fry it. It's like nuggies.
We do gotta boil that first, that directly though, otherwise.
I was gonna smoke it. In all honesty, I was gonna see if we could smoke it at the. Yeah. Oh,
that.
nice!
I didn't do that.
No, it's fucking cat.
all-
You can tell
all
it's a
body
cat
hair.
one because it's got like the orangey type color on it instead of being like yellowy. I like when my character gets poisoned. He's all like, "I feel terrible," or he's all like, "This sucks." I was like, if I got poisoned, I'd be like, "I'm dying."
I love voice lines like that. Did I ever tell you what Gold Lewis's worst dialogue is in
What?
In Strive? Eat shit. Anyway, sorry, random thing I just wanted to say.
Oh, totally fair. Oh yeah, what were your thoughts on the Oh, Bully actually paralyzed him. This is awesome.
What were you gonna say?
What are your thoughts on like the characters actually talking in this game? Like our hunters.
Oh, it's fine. I
Don't
really
mind it?
it.
Oh yeah.
I was weird on it for a while, but like once you just turn it, that I'm gonna be real though. I feel like it should start at frequency of like 25% or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and just let people turn it up if they want it. But I think this should be the default because to think that your characters talk more than this, damn.
Yeah, no, I hunt with like Chags or I hunt with A, and both their characters are like 100%, and they're like saying shit all the time. I'm just like, nah, I like 80%. 80% works good for me.
20 is the best for me because it's like you hear it sometimes, but it's like so non-intrusive that it's just nice to hear sometimes.
I like 80% because like, yeah, when I do like a big attack, I like it when he's all like, "Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon," and or
I
it's
always
like,
do big attack there,
"Hey,"
like a
but
big-
sometimes I want to just like sharpen my weapon and not have him be all like, "Hey, I'm doing the thing."
Revive my trusty weapon.
No, which is probably the coolest way. Yeah, just some of the things your character like, whatever that voice is, like voice 8 or something.
I don't
Some
remember.
of the things they say is super cool.
Oh, did you see that one guy who was like having an argument with Super Ed in like the comments or something like that of one of Super Ed's videos?
Yeah.
And the dude was literally just like, and even like, honestly, they should probably get rid of carving because it's just super inconvenient. And then Super Ed just responded with, "Why do you even play Monster Hunter?" Like,
These are all the things I hate about Monster Hunter. The core fundamentals of Monster Hunter. Why are you here?
You don't like Monster Hunter. Just
Based
saying.
on a personality instead of a voice option? That would actually be really cool, yeah, if you could have, like, go with, like, snarky, or, like, intelligent, or, like,
I think
wild
that's
card.
I think that's kind of how that already works. 'Cause they
Kind
definitely-
of, sort of, but, like,
Right.
if they would just straight up tell you what was what, rather than you having to sample all the
instead of
options.
voice design.
Yeah.
Because
Because,
I guess they definitely have their own personalities.
that is true. No, they do. All of them do. But, Oh.
Okay, it's weeb time.
It's what?
It's weeb time.
It's weep time? Oh,
it's weep time.
Bumby. Alright, I'll pick Sword and
Bumpy,
Shield
bumpy,
since I'll
bumpy,
be able to
bumpy.
keep up with you with that.
I thought you do.
Greatsword?
Greatsword, but no, that's
No. I'd be all like, you'd be all the way over there, and I'd be over here like, hang on! I need to just sheep the thing and run after you!
Cool. Just give me a moment. I'm just gonna wait. Okay, put oil on my sword. Okay, then sharpen it. Okay, cool. Then and the monster's dead. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? I ain't time for this shit!
What the hell? I can believe it.
Can't believe you took my spot.
Did I ever tell you like the surefire way to make my brother laugh?
No.
You pronounce your words very weirdly, and you talk it like you're always overly inquisitive. Mandalorian, what are you talking about?
I guess it works on you too.
It's just funny because I'm remembering his laugh when I do it. Because it literally just makes him chuckle so hard. Alright, let's pick a quest from a different one. Sandy Plains was great, but like, we got chill on Sandy Plains.
I love it was all unconscious, I swear. I didn't do that on purpose.
No, it's okay. I'm just, well, now we gotta consciously pick something else because I want a little bit of variety.
Hello. These are the available quests.
Honestly, 3 is the sweet spot for switching maps, so.
Protect you.
Oh,
You want something different? We're going different. Oh yeah. I'll bring some deodorant.
I don't know if I'll do 2 hunts with Longsword then, because this is basically 2 hunts already.
Right?
Just say the word. Sorry.
So, what are the good things about Longsword this game?
It's crack. It's the most fun it's ever been. Like, just going nuts-wise. But I don't like it as much because I think it's fundamentally not what I actually enjoy about Longsword.
Totally fair.
But the good things I would say is counters feel good, the movement's fantastic, Fade Slash still feels like crack. Yeah.
Totally fair.
Some things do feel too aggressively tuned, I will say that. More quality skills would be nice.
Oh really?
Yeah, none of the switch skills feel particularly...
I like to draw double slash. But yeah, the rest of
It's
them I
not
just
big
kind
quality,
of
though.
run normal.
Oh, I forgot the Rathalos is already in. But I'm gonna be real, I had 4 Ultimate Longsword and 3 Ultimate Longsword, pretty crack. Although
No,
I didn't realize
seriously.
that 4 Ultimate added the Spirit Slash shortcut.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I can't do it in 4. I mean, I
Oh,
can't do it
base
in
slash
3.
into triple slash?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that wasn't there.
Yeah, it was the first thing I tried to do and it wasn't there. And I was like, oh, that's like one of my favorite things though.
Lols. I think yeah, it's either I don't remember when they added the levels of buffing to Longsword.
I think it was like around 2.
Really? Monster Hunter 2nd?
Well, not 2, but like portable second, so like...
I was gonna say, so Freedom Unite then.
Either that or base 3. But it definitely has it in like the G rank 3 of it. I don't know. Yeah, it really does feel like it's just meant to be big damage in this game. It's kind of weird. Because it was essentially supposed to be the faster Greatsword, right? So less damage, but better mobility than Greatsword.
Oop.
And now it feels like it outdamages Greatsword.
It does. No, it really does. Just in terms of consistency DPS. And you add the buffings to that. Oi. Oi. Oh, look out. It's doing drive-bys. Which is something I missed. I'm really glad they added that back into Rathalos' moveset. Just doing drive-bys. That was so fucking intense in 4 Ultimate, where you get up to the highest point of the fucking Ancestral Step. And, like, you just fly around the map being like, pew! 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 What's that, Benny?
Wouldn't they be flybys?
They would be flybys, but, like, that's what everybody called them. Was like, oh, no, look out, Rathalos is doing a drive-by. That's totally what it's like. Ooh. Rathalos served me a hot plate of holy hell.
Oh, it's time.
Oh, it is time.
Yeah. I would have loved some like super weird like quality sheathing things where you could like sheath your longsword, and then whenever your longsword is like in your sheath, it sharpens over time slowly. But
Oh,
it's, like,
so
a
you want
bit
Challenge
more
Sheath
buff.
to come back?
Yeah, I would love a new version of Challenge Sheath.
I wouldn't mind
Because
that at
then-
all.
That uses patience as a mechanic. It's not just DPS. Because it really does feel like the counter is for damage, like the double slash is for extra counter damage. The
What's that?
Oh, Sakura or Step Slash. Yeah, Step Slash is for damage. Sakura's kind of quality.
I actually prefer Sakura, in all honesty.
Yeah, no, it's just they do still feel both damage oriented.
I don't know, it's just the soaring kick feels so weird. I don't know. I don't like it. I know it's more damage and it's more optimal, but like, I don't know, it feels super weird that I have to do an input.
No, it definitely takes a minute, and I always forget which one does what.
I mean, I like the functionality of it, where it gives you back that clutch claw attack that builds you a sword meter. But, I mean, that utility of it's not particularly needed, considering you could just do was it the sheath attack into double slash that does essentially the same thing. So it's just like, we didn't really need a shortcut for that.
Yeah, it's very weird. I think people just wanted Sakura Slash back, and I get it. Sakura Slash is pretty fun.
No, I love Sakura Slash so much. I love that it's also useful if you're, like, doing, like, was it map farming for, meldings? Just Sakura Slash a monster, get a mount, and then fucking go over, mess up the other monster, grab your mats, and dip. I love that it's super useful for that.
Looks useful.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real though. I think Special Sheath is at its best in World. It feels overtuned, really stupidly strong in this game. It's
And it
way too
is.
strong.
No, a Quick Sheath is also, like, way too strong on Longsword with this, in this particular build. Like, to the point where they actually nerfed Quick Sheath to being a 2-slot rather than a 1-slot.
Well, World feels like borderline superhero, and Rise is like you are.
Yeah, no, you can even fly and shit. You have, like, crazy, like, attacks and stuff. I'm like, ooh-wee! Although, to be
And
fair,
I
I like feeling like fucking Taco Bell Delivery Boy 2.0. Now I've got, like, a
But I
cape.
like being punished for using my counter improperly, and I don't really get punished for using my counter improperly in this game. That's how counter should be. Really scary, but rewarding to actually pull off.
No, and you're absolutely right.
And if counters can just be thrown around, then they're not good counters, in my opinion.
Right, but you also got to keep in mind, like, I'm very much the get out of jail free card prefer. Like, I'd rather have something I can just throw out and be invincible, rather than having to be like
Well,
a
that's
time
just an
counter.
armor move. Well,
Yeah.
I guess that's not armor. Armor is too.
Yeah, well, you get some like invincibility on it. Like, that's why I like Slide Slash. You get iframes on that, and you also get like super good mobility. But I prefer Windmill over Etsusuri Geki, mainly because it's just a get out of jail free card.
I think what I love about Shoryugeki is just the fact that it works as an attack or a counter. So it's not only when you get attacked. It does at least 300 damage on a non-counter.
Oh.
So honestly, had a good hit spot rate. But still. I just love that you get the juicy extra. And you get. Oh, I swear it's a guaranteed knockout. I swear it's almost a guaranteed knockout.
It does an insane amount of KO damage off the counter.
Dude,
Just,
really
I feel like they
depends-
buffed the shield drop in general in SNS. Like, it does crazy amounts of damage in this game.
I don't know. That feels better than Longsword's counter, just because of how it really doesn't just feel like a win button. It actually feels like you can miss. You'll still do damage, but you miss and you won't get that crazy strong boy damage.
Drunk boy. Drunk boy and the bunk boy.
But no honk boy. You gotta ease him.
Yeah, no honkies.
What about honkies though?
Yeah, that doesn't matter. That doesn't bother me too much. Ooh.
Oh, that didn't work. You know what I think they should do? I mean, they're probably not going to do it. They should make Serene Pose cost a level of meter even if you miss.
Oh, hell yeah.
It has way too much damage.
No, it is just like, well, the only thing that, like, probably negative to Serene Pose is the fact that it'll only block attacks from the front. Like, if something comes at you from the side or the back, you're effed.
I just really do think Longsword needs a little bit extra difference. Not a crazy amount, just a little bit. It shouldn't be that jump.
No, absolutely. Like, it's even the weapon they equipped you with at the start. It's like, oh, look at this longsword, it looks so cool. And she's like, get the shit off of me.
You're just like Tyler What? Get this shit off of me!
Oh, is that who that guy is? I was wondering.
Yeah.
Get
dude's
this
really
shit
funny.
off me!
That dude's really funny. There's a clip of him reacting to a League of Legends reveal, and they're like, and he's like, oh, I love post-apocalyptic shit. The time about revealing the characters like God of War and like all that jazz, right? He's like, his face is getting all excited,
Yeah.
and then they go, we're presenting the battle buddy, and it's just the disappointment on his face. I have to find the clip. It's so genuine. Of just like excitement. You're like, yeah, no, League isn't trying to be like extra cool anymore. It's just trying to appeal to people who spend the most money. That's just fair. I can't
Well,
even
it's a
hate on
Blizzard game, so they don't even need to try.
that. Hopefully,
Back when it was
you know,
first
Microsoft
starting out, I
cleans
feel like
up.
they did some of the coolest stuff, where they would like collab with like content creators and stuff, and people who would actually play the game. And now it's all just kind of like blando. And there's so many
feel
different
like there's a
heroes
lot
to
of
pick from. There's like 1,000 million heroes, and I'm just like, ugh.
I hope what's happened as of late means Overwatch. I miss Overwatch. I hope it
Indeed.
gets balanced better though, because there was a lot of things that made it just kind of matches feel samey.
No, seriously. And I really hope they rework like the melee combat users. Like, a lot of times it's just like, there are no good distance closing options here.
You have fun with that Magna?
I am. Mole paralyzed him again somehow.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I definitely want. I think, I think I figured out where people think Rise is too easy. It's not the monsters. I think the monsters are tuned in a very good way. I really do think it's the weapons. We're just allowed to do too much. We're not punished for going too hard anymore with some movesets. And there's one thing I like about World. World's kind of the in-between of like the Superman toy box fun of like having like the craziest jump through attacks, but like if we miss, we're dead sometimes. Like we really are just dead.
No, that's super true. That comes down to like charge blade as well, like because you can guard point stuff, but like a lot of times you like either have to be patient or like you're even with level 5 guards, like you're not getting a counterattack. You're just gonna survive. So it comes down to like positioning or something. But they kind of fixed that problem with the CPP. Where it's like, oh, big dick attack, cool, block it, get my counterattack. Let's go.
Yeah, I really like challenge. At least for like, I don't know. I guess it's portable, so it's not supposed to be that hard. But I don't know. I really miss like having to actually know how my weapon is set, right? But you really can have fists and monsters. I think Ratatosk would beat like a Shala for like the first time ever with Who's Race on like the first try and didn't even carve it.
Killed it. Now we do the Mounted Punisher.
Again, that's just how weapons are tuned in this game. But if I had to rate them on each other and not other games, I'd say they're probably just cracked. They're just all great. It's really fun.
I believe it. Owie.
I mean, let's just say it goes to show, as much shit as I talk toward Longsword, I do play it all the time.
Well, yeah, because it's fun. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I still forget a lot of challenge and difficulty out of Rise. Like, yeah, it's not as hard as some of the other Monster Hunters I played, but like, I'm at that point in my life where like, I just kind of want to get my shit in, get out, and have like a decent amount of difficulty.
Yeah, but Monster Hunter was like the mid-range for me, where it wasn't like Dark Souls difficult, but it wasn't like too easy, so it was like this super nice in-between. And now it just feels kind of like it's kind of leaning towards easy. And I was a little sad, because it had a really good sweet spot.
That is true.
Maybe that's just how portable games are going to be, and that's fine.
And I am actually totally fine with that. Like, I feel like the mainline entries are definitely going to be a lot harder. Because, I mean, oh, gotta go. Thanks for the hunts. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Black Cat. I'll see you whenever.
The monster's looking at you.
Blocky. Blocky. Blocky! Oh, he's not even attacking me. Yeet!
Fine.
Ow. To the west. Oh no.
No, I really miss the kind of like sword out boom gameplay of the older games, but counter-based movesets are always just going to be something I enjoy a lot. On principle, it's not my favorite, but it's definitely up there. It really does feel like it's trying to be the poster boy weapon, I ain't gonna lie.
And that's totally fine with me. I want those filthy casuals to stay away from my sword and shield. No, I like that people despair. It's like, you look at the weapon roster and what's like most used and what's least used. Like, nobody plays the weapon I play. I'm just like, good. Get those filthy casuals away from my shit.
I'm gonna play something, I'm gonna say something.
Which might be
dumb.
kind of gatekeepy, I know. But at the end of the day, I like being like the only guy using Greatsword in the lobby.
Okay. Well, I'd feel that way.
Why, you got different thoughts, amigo?
No, I just think it's fun. I'm about to say something really kind of dumb.
Oh, yeah?
Sword and Shield is the Guilty Gear of weapon types.
How so?
Because it lets you press buttons and do dumb shit until you learn how to do the really cool shit.
Which is super true.
But it's true. It really is. You can't just go brain dead. Or you can be really intelligent about your combos.
Bang, 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 bam. Oh no.
Also, Capcom, put iframes on Fade Slash, I dare you.
That's not, I don't think that would fix Longsword.
It wouldn't, but it'd be fun, and I agree with Super Red. Make it go back to the old way of Longsword, and then add iframes to that.
That's totally fine with me.
Well, that did stagger him. That did stagger him.
Lols.
I didn't die.
This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. It's not fine!
You okay?
Yeah, fine.
You really know?
Yes.
Ride like the wind. Excuse me for a moment.
Oh, I thought he would do the slamming on the ground first. I didn't know what attack was happening. Any specific thoughts on their new Swordy Birdie?
I actually really like it. I like that it's incorporated heavily with that aerial style now. Especially the way I play it. Also, new drill slash combos actually really good. I like it a lot. It's kind of got a weird finicky hitbox. I don't like that they nerfed the perfect rush, but I'm like, that's kind of here nor there.
I like how they did that, honestly.
Really.
It feels more integral to your combos, less of like your big dick. Which is how it should be. It should be integral, not just a win button.
I'm talking about it like the freaking the spacing on it. Like half the hits miss even when you're at close range.
Damage.
It's never about damage with me, Benny.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then I agree.
Yeah, I'm talking about the hitboxes on it. Like the hitboxes on it are super jank. Like I remember Ice Point, like every single hit except for the shield bash would always hit like consistently. And like in this game, it's just like I'm writing the monster schnizzle. Why am I not doing the bit baps?
I love how we play that weapon all the time, but like so differently from each other.
Oh, super true.
Like I'm Bonky McCounterboy and you Fly McSlashy Boy.
Hell yeah. Get him, mole. Get him. Oh shit. Got me on the ass into that. Oh shit.
Oh, also, give Lance corkscrew jab back, you cowards. Sorry, I just wanted to say that right.
Indeed. Got him. Fucking got him. Nice.
Hey. Okay, I'm not doing another longsword hunt. That was long enough.
Balls. Sword Shield, super good this game. Like, it's fast, it's agile, it's got so many options. The switch skills aren't a single one that are bad. All very interesting. All very fun.
Yeah, they all had different stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything I don't like. Yeah, I definitely think it won the jackpot. I'm gonna be real. It really does just change the playstyle.
Now it's personal.
Although I will say the sword and shield definitely fits better in sets than it does in individual switch skills.
Indeed.
Heading home.
Well, I feel like over the last 2 or 3 generations, Sword and Shield's definitely found its own identity. Like, you go back to like Monster Hunter like 3 or something, it's got such a okay moveset. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just on their own. They don't feel very good, like apart from themselves. They feel like they really do come in a set. So I'd say like Hard Bash, Shoryugeki, there's another one. Hard Bash, Shoryugeki. But the other one, I can't remember.
Just a normal dash instead of the slide slash.
Oh well, the slide slash you could probably totally use it. Slide slash is really good for grab.
Indeed.
What would you like to do? Here's the quest list. I wish you luck.
Boy, I think I'll use Greatsword against.
For this boy. No, Almondra. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Not a bad dual blades monster. So. Now dual blades. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh god.
Oh lordy lo. What's a dual blade user to do?
Okay, so Demon Flight, but aerial dual blades. That was one of the best aerial styles in Gen, and it was literally unchanged. It's crack, and I love it, and it's great. Just yes.
Agree.
Nothing else to say, just that.
Yeah. Be honest with you, I was more adept dual blades. Like adept dual blades was like the shit.
Yeah, but you can do adept dual blades with aerial dual blades in this game.
Which is also like the shit. Like, oh my god, like I mean, I didn't care too much for dual blades in 4. I used them a little bit in World, and I was like, you know what, I came around to them after a little while. But in this game, I don't know what it is, but I really, really liked them.
Sorry, what you like adept in what? In Gen?
I liked Adept a lot in Gen. In 4, I barely touched them. I used them like once or twice, and like, sticks, no. World, it took me forever to come around to them, but I did like them. They just weren't quite my thing. But I don't know, in this game, they feel really good. I like them a lot.
I've honestly gravitated way away from them since gravitated way away from them in World, just because of how boring they feel compared to Gen and Rise.
I can agree to that.
Just facts for me. They just don't really got a lot going on.
I mean, yeah, outside of the blade dance, like, there's not a whole lot going on for them.
No.
Did you eat?
I did. I think it's interesting that they gave Greatsword a lot of good options in this game.
I actually love it a lot. Like, I love that brought back, well, first of all, just the fixed wire bug skill being the challenge sheath attack. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Like, it's a buff, it's mobility, it sheaths your weapon. That's everything Greatsword needs.
Yeah, whatever switch skill is going to be attached to that in the future.
I could probably see it just being like a stronger version of this, or just like maybe like it changes the weapon type's damage to being like KO damage or something. Like,
What? Why would it be better? We've just talked about how like if it's a better switch skill, it's not a switch skill. It's just
no, it'd be like a stronger version. I didn't say better. Like it. Anyway, it'd either be a stronger version of the one we have now, because the one we have now is already perfect, or it'll be like something that like changes it to like you have like Slugger for like a certain amount of time or something.
No, I mean as a switch skill, you wouldn't want to switch out one for more damage. Because if it's just objective more damage, you're going to use that one.
No, I said it'd be a better version. I didn't say more damage.
Wouldn't better just also mean that you would just
To Ben,
use the better
yes.
one?
To me, no.
No. Wouldn't better just mean you would just use the better one?
Yeah, essentially.
But that makes it a switch skill just for replacement.
I mean, essentially, yeah, but like they haven't done that in the past.
I'm not saying that's a good thing.
I'm just saying that's the only way to go, because they've already reached perfection. Like, the only thing that would make it better is if it either did more damage or if it like changed how the weapon type played. Like, would give you like punish draw for like a set amount of time rather than it being like a straight up damage buff.
I don't know. I really think they could pull something weird out of nowhere.
What are you thinking then?
I really don't have too many ideas because I think that's perfect for where it is.
Yeah, so essentially you're in the same boat I am.
No, I do not want them to just make an upgrade switch skill.
I didn't say that.
You said that first.
I say a better version because, oh my god, like
What is
it's
a better
already
version?
perfect. Like you can't really change it to like be
Okay.
anything because it's already
Okay.
perfect. So I'm saying
you
like the
meaning-
only thing they would do would be like make a better version of it. That's the only thing they can do because it's
Okay,
perfect
but-
already.
But the thing I was saying was I would want to see what they could do with another switch skill. I wasn't saying improve on said switch skill. I was saying add another one. If they just
Right.
added the same thing but better.
Right, and I'm
as a second
putting out
slot,
my
right?
my ideas for what that would be. You know.
I know, but I'm just saying. So you're saying they would either improve it and not give it a switch skill, or they would give it a switch skill that adds something unique?
Yes.
Okay, it was not clear on that first part. On that first part, it sounded like you were saying add a better version as a switch skill.
No.
Okay, that's where I got lost. We good.
Okay. Yeah,
I was
because
like,
it's
yeah,
like
we're-
I said, it's already perfect. So it's like, what can you do to change it? There's not really a whole lot of options there. I am really leaning towards them like having the weapon like have like maybe like increased KO values, or it's like some sort of punish draw attack, or maybe like it
Something
increases like stamina drain or something on the monster.
Something wacky though.
Something, yeah, it had to be something wacky, like, or maybe it's like it's a buff that increases like status damage or element damage or something like that.
Ooh,
That would be
and
really
actually
cool.
make Element Greatsword viable again.
Yeah,
And you can just combo that with the aerial dabby downward, because those do like 3 hits.
yes, and that's the thing I totally forgot you could do too.
It's
Like, I
not
don't
very
ever do
well
that.
telegraphed. They're not like, hey, you can do this, by the way. They're like, ah, choppy, choppy.
I tend to say, yeah, either choppy or just like charge choppy. Then my choppy gets sloppy, sloppy choppy. Then I get boppy. I don't know. What do you think they've changed in freaking like rank for the freaking dual blades, Amika?
What's the non? Oh, the Adept Dash. Oh, what could they add as an alternate for the Adept Dash? Valor Sprint. Just give us Valor Sprint.
That's
Cowards.
be honest with you,
Here.
yeah, that's probably what they'll do because that's like one of the best things about
Just make it
that
cost
particular
so much
style.
stamina. Just
Exactly.
make it cost a shit ton of stamina.
No, I could seriously see them doing that. Like maybe it's like it costs 2 wire bugs and it takes a lot of stamina, but like maybe it's the state you get to stay in for like a decent amount of time.
Oh, like a buff. Oh, yeah, buff would probably
Yeah,
be
that's
good.
that's honestly what I'm thinking. Is
Well, then
like,
you wouldn't.
yeah, go for it.
Well, then you wouldn't have to make the stamina cost as large if it's just a set time, because then you have to actually have the bugs for it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, no. And if it
that's-
lasts for a
that's a
certain
good
amount of
idea,
time, that'd be a great way to balance it too.
Honestly, that's just a good jumping off point in general. That kind of ability, because like, it feels like it could balance itself if you tune it correctly.
I mean, honestly, they've been pulling the scraps out of the GU bucket. I'm like, please keep doing that. Like a lot of the
And-
stuff they came up with for that game was super cool.
And it'd just be nice to have a taste of Frontier back again, anyway.
That as well, yeah.
Ow. Just watching.
I'm drinking. Yes, dance for my amusement, Benny.
Where'd he go?
Go, baby.
Oh, goodbye.
For Greatsword, like, I really like Rage Slash because of, like, the 360 movement, but I don't know, I've come back around to using True Charge because, I don't know. True Charge is just super satisfying.
Agreed, it covers both options pretty damn well.
Oh, that, and I don't use Hunting Edge as much anymore. I use Adamant a lot now. But I was super into Hunting Edge, and I still think it's, like, a really good freaking switch skill for Silkbind. There we go. Silkbind for Greatsword. I almost said Hunting Horn. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Oh, good segue. Yeah, Hunting Horn needs some work. probably the weapon that I say needs the most work because of how they actually changed it fundamentally.
No, you're absolutely right about that. It was a pretty massive change. Like, I feel like if they were just slightly more subtle with the changes, I feel like that would have been just fine. Like, make it slightly more accessible. Like, they had some really great ideas, too. Or, like, you get to pick which note you do when you draw your weapon. That was really cool.
That would work. But you notice how throwaway that is on a weapon where it doesn't even matter what note
No,
you start
seriously, it's like,
anyway?
oh, finally. But you changed the core of it. So who cares?
So it's not even that important anymore.
No,
Like,
exactly.
You really just can ham fist your gun. It's bad.
And it completely eliminated echo waves. Like, that's not even a thing anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it was mildly clutch plus centric. There were some things they got rid of for well that I still thought should have stayed. There was a skill. Oh, 1,000 Dragons. That got rid of. So, you never know.
That is true.
Ooh, what if they made Dragon Piercer a switch skill with 1,000 Dragons?
I could dig that.
Yeah, make Bobo.
Let's go for a ride.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempted to reach out and send more crap later, but at the same time, say it's fine.
Ah, I missed the tail.
I had a lot of fun playing Minecraft with you last night, though.
What's up?
I had a ton of fun playing Minecraft with you.
Yeah, everybody did. Like, we were all on, like, hot streaks. We didn't stop till, like, 4 o'clock in the morning. It was crazy. Oh, yeah, and, you know, I was all like, oh, yeah, I'll go to bed, like, after an hour, just watch one episode of Vox Machina. They put up 3 episodes of Vox
You
Machina.
watched all of them, didn't you?
I watched all of them. I could not stop.
Oh, dear.
I know. I'm, like, irresponsibility incarnate. I have commitments. I have things to do tomorrow. I'm gonna get up early. Goes to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning. Fuck!
To be fair, I didn't get up by a great time either. So, you anyway.
To be fair, I got done the one thing I actually needed to do. I just had to try and fit in the other things into like Sunday or later today. 'Cause I need a haircut. I'm gonna try to do that today.
Gotcha.
'Cause you know, you've seen what's been going on in my head, and it needs to stop.
Dude, mine's worse. Way worse.
At least your hair is straight then.
Ah, fair.
Yeah,
Well,
with
you
the
can do the
curlies,
rock
like,
curl.
well, with the curlies it goes nuts, and then also I have to deal with like the dandruffs and shit. My hair is just naturally dry. It's my curlies.
Yeah, we should do more Minecraft with Matt during the week.
Oh, absolutely.
That way we actually have to.
Oh no. Oh no, I just had fuck gangbusters idea. So you know how the way the challenge sheet works, like it buffs your weapon? What if it did that, where you like move and then draw, or move then sheath, and you get the thingy in your arm? What if it would let you pulse like directly into a true charge on your next attack?
Oh, like a skip, but it costs like 2 wire bugs?
Yep.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I feel like that would be like really fucking cool. Because I know that's the one thing Greatsword doesn't have in this game. There's no like true skip to like true charge.
Yeah, but
Nice cut.
honestly, I don't know if I'll end up playing Rants tonight because I don't know if I have too much more to say. We're over 2 hours in.
Yeah, we're already at 2 hours now. So.
Yeah, you want to make this the last hunt?
Can we do like 1 or 2 more?
Probably only 1 more.
Alright, let's do 1 more.
But I don't want to have podcasts go for like too long. That's gonna be kind of
Yeah, you're right. At this point, I'm just like, oh man, I would just keep playing Monster Hunter.
Just wanna play some Monster Hunter tomorrow night.
Sure.
Or later tonight. I don't know how I'll feel after it.
Fuck, I'll let you know. I'll let you know what's going on. Because Matt might hit us up, be all like, Minecraft, and we're like, yeah, well, okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I might just be well okay anyway, even though I know I shouldn't because it might happen again.
Yeah.
But
No, even if that does happen again, I'll be like, I'm going to bed early. Like, I got shit I need to do.
actually do want to play Minecraft.
I definitely do, but
Discretion.
yes.
Let's think about it. We'll cool down after huncast and then see if we.
All right.
Once we cool down, we might not. Also, Matt might have been playing it all day anyway, so
Yeah, he's definitely been working on the house. I could tell.
he might not be super jazzed, but still willing. Also, I think we should probably turn that world into a realm at some point.
What the hell is a realm?
It's basically a multiplayer world, but we can all join at any time, and the server stays up all the dedicated server.
I mean, if that might give us like performance issues and stuff though. If there's a dedicated server.
I don't know.
Daddy
It
needs
worked
a
pretty
new
well when I
pair
did it
of
with my
boots.
sibling. So I'll say that.
We'll
That
think
was
about
back
it.
on garbage doo-doo. So
Oh, really?
Ride like the
yeah.
Maybe they actually have decent like servers for it.
I mean, it's a paid service, so they're better.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like if it was free, I'm sure the service. But yeah, no. If it's a paid service,
Yeah, it was paid. It's like really cheap per month, and well, for how much? It's like cheaper than Netflix. Although I think if you want like a ton of people, you need a decent amount. I think it starts with like 8 people though, or maybe 5.
what are the benefits to it being a realm though?
Anybody can get on it anytime. It's literally just a dedicated server.
Gotcha. Okay, so like how normal Minecraft works.
Yes.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
And the cool thing is the realm doesn't get deleted until like 6 months of inactivity. So we can literally just stop using realms for a little while and then come back to it and like we plug it back in.
Oh hell yeah.
Mr. Monster, meet
The only problem would probably be updates and adding content. Yeah, that's the most annoying.
Nice.
Alright, well I feel like that was a... Honestly, I don't really have much to say in the discussion part either. I mean, I did most during the hunt
who
this
we
time.
have here.
I mean, shit. You want to just do wrap up?
Yeah, let's just wrap up.
Let's do it.
Oh, there's a monster coming.
Pardon my insolence.
Pardon my French.
Yeah.
Oh, your hunter was all like, pardon my ins.
Oh, yeah, because he's carving it.
Mm-hmm. Like, pardon my French.
Yeah, no, this game really is just super. And I eke way too far into game balance as a whole instead of specific weapons.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, looking at something as a whole rather than just looking at individual things.
Yeah, well, I mean, I definitely try to like add context, but I don't want to just talk about the grand scope. I want to talk about specific cases.
Hmm. I can see that. Or rather, I could appreciate that.
Yes. I can
Yeah.
appreciate your appreciation.
I appreciate your appreciating of my appreciating.
I appreciate.
The Bumby. Bumby Bumba. Bumby.
Humbity scumbity baba.
Bumby Bumby Bumba.
Ugh. Yeah, I would say pre-Sunbreak, Rise is in a really fun spot.
Oh, super. Like, after that initial update, after the game first came out, super solid.
Yeah, I mean, I still have issues with it. Balance, bug. It really doesn't feel consistent damage-wise, which is not good. I feel like most weapons need to feel mildly consistent. Not like... Obviously, there's going to be weaker weapons. It just happens. But, like, Longsword is insurmountably stronger than a lot of upper-tier weapons.
No, like, if you look at the speedrun and kill counters, like, it goes bowguns, longsword. Or no, it goes bowguns, longsword. And so, like, bow and longsword are crazy powerful weapons in this, like, almost to the point where it's ridiculous.
I think it is ridiculous. You know.
I mean, yeah, it surpasses all other melee weapons. It essentially, because you see the bow, the bowgun's on top, which is pretty normal, but it's weird that the bow is higher than the bow guns. But then there's Longsword, which is super strange. Usually that spot doesn't go to that weapon. Not in GU,
It's
not in
like
4
top
Ultimate.
middle.
Yeah. No, it is. Like in World, like what was the Longsword? Like it was at first or second sometimes. And then you see Hunting Horn all the way down at the bottom. And then you see Charge Blade and Hammer. Which acts oddly. But then Lance and Gun Lance are also in weird fluctuating spots constantly. But like fuck, with consistency where Longsword sits, it just speaks to just how kind of
It knocks even bow out of the water. Just saying
potentially yes, but it competes with the bow guns, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I think the reason I'm okay with it is because Sunbreak is around, and a lot of weapon balance, a lot of game balance rounded out in Iceborne, right? Like everyone kind of looks at Base World and goes, ugh, and they look at Iceborne and they're like, eh.
I mean, I never had an issue with Base World. Like, I played so much Base World, like, I don't know. What were
I'm gonna
people's
say-
issues with Base World?
Weapon balance was fine. Content was low. Competitive. Difficulty was kind of weird.
I mean,
felt
so
like
like
sometimes
any other
crazy
Monster
as
Hunter
opposed to-
on release?
Yes and no. Rise is better.
I mean, look, just because that's the norm doesn't mean that's okay, though. I shouldn't be too
Well,
quick to
just
be
like-
like, well, it's like all the other. Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's a good thing.
Despite certain issues, I think Rise is better over Watch Package. I think it's been tuned better.
In all
And
honesty,
that could
yeah.
just be shit engine, right? But like, still,
I feel like the engine had something to do with what was up with World, but like, I feel like a lot of it also came from the fact that was the first time they ever tried anything like that, because it's so vastly different from 4 Ultimate and GU in regards of like how the world works and how the hunts work and how the monsters function, you know?
I'm gonna be real. If I would have started on 4 or Gen, I would have had all these conflicting feelings about that I'm having about Rise right now. But World has some of Rise's issues, but worse. Mostly focusing on content because it really does just get insanely repetitive. Like just elders, and only like this amount of elders. It's like it's fine. It cuts.
Yeah,
so much
only having
better.
4 was kind of an issue. I'm not gonna lie. But also only having 4 was also a pretty positive thing, because it gets to the point where you hunt those monsters in like 5, maybe 6 minutes with like a slightly optimized build.
Yeah, but the point I was going for is that a lot of issues that were rounded out in came with Iceborne, so a lot of stuff just felt more polished and more rounded out.
No, and that's totally fair, because that's typically how it functions in Monster Hunter. It's like, alright, it's the base game, and here's the ultimate, and guess what? We fixed that shit.
And to be fair, maybe it's just they balanced the weapons early.
Possibly.
You know what I mean?
Well,
'Cause
that could be
Iceborne-
very possible, because the demo. The demo, a lot of people played the demo, and they were recording data from the demo, so that may have had something to do with what we got in Rise.
Well, but do you know what I mean by that?
Do tell.
If let's just say if we had Iceborne weapon movesets in low rank and high rank alone, we'd kick a lot of monsters' asses.
Yep.
Basically, what I'm meaning is we might not get gigantic differences in break because this is already tuned for G rank.
Essentially, yeah. I'll be honest with you, I feel like they're just gonna add more stuff. I don't think like power is gonna be a particularly big factor into G rank, outside of like, weapon upgrades and armor upgrades. And maybe, they might even add some new skills. I wouldn't mind that at all.
It'll probably be like Iceborne, like some unique to monster skills, and then a couple like fun niche ones.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, offensive guard wasn't niche; that was on every weapon block.
Yeah, even Greatsword sometimes.
Yeah, no, those builds were sick.
Right?
I don't know. What's your overall thoughts on Rise's weapons?
I really like them. Like, the things they do good are really good, and like, there's only a handful of meh. Like, the best example is probably the Lance's like bungee cord attack. Like, what's the point to that? Like, I enjoy it and I enjoy using it, but it's just like I also forget it's there like a lot. Like, outside of like fighting like a Juratotus or like an Argakuga or really any monster that's like highly annoying in the mobility department, I don't ever find myself using it because the Lance can charge, it's always had good mobility. I don't particularly need or want a gap closer in a lot of situations.
Also, it's way too committal for what it's going.
Exactly, and the fact that it's also bound, like honestly, like I feel like Anchor Rage or uh fucking Spiral Thrust, those should have been the default. I don't, or I
Yeah.
think like Anchor Rage should have been the default one because that's the counter guard with the buff. Like that would have made a lot more sense.
You know what would have been cooler?
What?
If there was like it costed the same as the Twin Vine, but like you wrapped the core around your lance, and now your lance did multi hits,
That would be a lot cooler actually.
making it like higher element. Like obviously, really low on those second hits, right? So,
Yeah.
like the second.
Oh,
like,
same
10.
with like drill slash and stuff. Like the first hit does crazy damage, and the other one does a little bit of damage, and the last one
Yeah,
does some
but
damage.
imagine that for status and element.
That
Be
would
so
be
much fun,
insane. Yeah.
but actually kind of useful. Not whatever the hell that is.
No, seriously.
You don't see anyone using it. Even people who like it, they just go, "Alright, I'm gonna go play something else." Like it really doesn't. It's just not that interesting. It really isn't.
Unfortunately, no.
What do you think is your shining example of weapon ingenuity in this game they added?
Honestly, just the switch skill system in general. I'm not gonna focus down on one weapon, but like being able to like customize your weapon to the point where like I don't particularly like this weapon's moveset, but you can kind of switch it around a little bit. You're like, okay, now this works for me. That is actually really cool. Mainly because
Yeah,
of
it'll feel more deep later too.
no, exactly. Mainly because of Charge Blade. Like, it took me forever of experimenting and figuring out what I liked and how I wanted to play it in this game to actually get to the point where it's like, okay, this is like my definitive setup. This is what I want to do.
For real. I think for me the shining example is Hammer. You took a power up ability that was just annoying because you kept getting knocked out of it,
Yes.
and actually turned it into an interesting stance switching mechanic. Is it perfectly deep and amazing? No.
No,
Is it a
no.
really good start to becoming something very, very fun? Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes. It just feels more. Each stance feels more. Like it really does.
No, they're very distinct from each other. And I also like that you can swap back to yellow, and then like you have like the extreme bonk, and you say, all right, time for
You know, because yellow doesn't really have strong moves in mid, right? You usually tend to charge it all the way up.
yes.
So how they balance it was that you get an evasion and then you hit. So it's pretty fun to just use that. The blue is your standard, like
Oh,
attacking.
right. Yeah, no, you
And then
swap to
the
blue,
yellow is
swap to
the
yellow,
charge.
and like I always forget you can do this, but you bring it up every chance you get. Is spinning bludgeon into
It's
freaking
because
Big
it's
Bang.
crack. It's because it's crack.
I mean, well, shit. My go-to in World when I was playing Hammer is I do spinning bludgeon. I stop on the first hit, do downswing, and then straight to goal swing. That was crack to me. Like that was the funnest fucking thing in the world.
Dude, I'm gonna be real. Hammer for some reason has always had the best jumping attacks. Because in World, it's jumping attack slam into goal swing, right?
Yep.
And then in Striker GU, it's like the big hit into level 3 big hit. It's always had a fun jump.
No, seriously. Like Adept Hammers had like I love that the blue stance is the Adept Hammer attacks. Like I shit you not, all of them are key for key the Adept Hammer charge attacks.
And they're super fun. I also love how they included Valor in a pretty non-intrusive way.
No,
Honestly,
seriously.
Valor Hammers, I don't like Valor Hammer.
I please, Capcom, for the love of God, keep pulling scraps out of the GU bucket, please.
Yeah, no, for real. Oh, and if you can, go to the old Frontier junkyard. Interesting shit.
Right, the corpse graveyard of Frontier.
To be fair, I do think it's funny that everyone's like, "Oh, it sucks that it's just gone." Guys, they get rid of things for reasons. I really do think we're gonna get a new Frontier. I really do think,
I am also hopeful in that department.
especially now that they have the funds for that. Monster Hunter wasn't on a decline per se, but Frontier was at the time.
Well, Capcom
No.
was definitely on a decline.
Yeah. But now they have the funds to reopen it and maybe look on putting it in other countries where it could make a lot of money.
Yeah,
People
'cause,
want Rise Monster Hunter.
Well, Rise outsold Village, and Rise was only on the Switch, so the Monster Hunter market is there. Like, it's mainstream now. People know what's up. People like it.
which is why I think Frontier could work again, and which is why I think they're going to. Also, to be fair, we need to recognize that it probably got shut down because its engine is not good anymore. Like they really need to upgrade. It does
Yeah.
suck that games are basically unplayable now, but this is going to happen with it.
All
It's
right,
going to
all
be
right.
difficult to have replayability.
Closing thoughts.
Okay, sorry. I would say pretty well rounded, but needs work. But the reason I'm accepting of it is because it's going to get work.
And I'm in agree with that. Like, they tried something different. Some things worked. Some things didn't work. And having room for improvements never a bad thing, because not only will they make those improvements, usually they're pretty consistent and giving us something that's actually good.
Yeah, I trust them.
You shouldn't trust them, Benny.
I know.
Oh.
But I'm going to anyway. One last thing though. If it wasn't going to be improved upon and we were getting a Sunbreak, I would be pretty displeased. I would say that it does feel a little empty in some places.
That's totally fair. So that is Huntcast. Appreciate those that showed up. Shout out to Hannah Text 123. Thanks for the follow. Shout out to Black Attack for hanging out in the chat. Good to see you. Glad to have you. And there's my Twitter down in the corner. You can find Benny wherever, because he's Benny. And yeah.
What's my tag on Twitter?
At
GFan321?
GFan321.
Yep.
Alright.
I post mostly combo videos and like just random bullshit stuff. So
That's
yeah,
Twitter.
probably
That's what
don't
everybody
follow me.
posts.
So I'm just saying.
And as always, folks, remember why you started.